Hi folks, this is Chris Knowles from SideQuest Ninja, and today I just want to share a quick tip about improving your green screen setup if your lighting environment isn't very good. As the video title says, I'm going to show you how to use 2 Chroma Keys to get rid of all of your green screen when things aren't great. So if you can see, the setup I've got here isn't great. I'm very strongly lit from this side because there's a window over there. There's a lot of shadow on the wall behind me because of it. I also just can't get a very long way from my green screen. It's literally right there behind me. And this setup just isn't very good. And so you might find you go into OBS with this kind of setup and try and set up a Chroma Key, and you get something like this, where it takes up some of your background, but not all of it. In fact, if I bring up a nice bright background, you can see a bit better what's going on. And if I try and increase the similarity slider to get rid of more green, it does work, but you'll see that by the time I've really just pretty much got rid of all the green, my chair is starting to disappear. If you can see behind me, over my shoulder, the chair itself is flickering because we've gone too aggressive, and that isn't going to look great. Of course, what you really want to happen is for your green screen effect to look something like this, where all the green is gone, but you haven't got bits of your chair disappearing or whatever. This isn't a perfect green screen. You can see right around the edges of my chair there is a little bit of flickering, but it is much better than trying to do it with one key. So in fact, if I switch over to this view, so you can see the filter UI, you can see I've got 2 Chroma Keys. If you look at their colours, they're targeting very different shades of green, and if I cycle through them, you can see that neither of them on their own is getting rid of all of the green screen effect, but between them they are doing it. One important thing to notice is that I've, particularly on the first filter, I've turned the key colour spill reduction down all the way down to the bottom. The reason for that is if you leave it on, it will start leaching some of that green colour out of the picture before it passes it to the second filter. And by removing some of the green colour from the scene, you've made all the remaining colours more similar, and so it's more difficult for a second Chroma Key to effectively get rid of just the background and leave everything else intact. Now, as I say, this isn't a perfect setup, but if I go into sort of my real world scenario, where I've got some game dev going on, I just want to be in the corner so people can see me when I talk. At this size, it's fine. You can't really see there's a bit of flickering on the chair. This will work absolutely okay. And that really is pretty much it. That was really all there is to it. One thing to notice is that this technique doesn't work in all lighting conditions. So if actually it was a much sunnier day outside and everything was a bit brighter in here, I'd find actually I wouldn't need 2 Chroma Keys at all. One would be fine. And on a really dingy day, when it's much grayer outside and the shadows behind me are much darker, even this won't save you. So if the shadows are too dark, then trying to key against with a really dark colour, you'll struggle to get rid of just the green screen without losing some of your own body at the same time. So this isn't going to work in every lighting setup. I would do everything you can to improve your lighting. I've got a couple of lamps in front of me shining onto me, as well as the light from the window. So do what you can, but if you can't quite get to a situation where one Chroma Key is doing it, trying 2 is worth exploring. So I hope that's been helpful and you've got some use out of it. If you have, it would be very helpful if you could like the video. That will tell YouTube that you've got something out of it. It'll bump it up the search algorithm. It'll make it easier for other people to find this video if they need some help too. And if you want to follow on the development of my puzzle game, Hexahedra, do give me a sub. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.